Everyone talks about the Pokemon gods like Arceus, Dialga, Kyogre as if they're the biggest threats. What if the real apocalypse doesn't even come from a legendary? What if it comes from, I don't know, a snail that's hotter than the sun, a mushroom that zombifies its host, or a ghost chandelier that powers itself by burning souls? According to the Pokedex, Magcargo's body temperature is about 18,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's literally hotter than the surface of the sun. If even one appeared, it would vaporize nearly everything, boil the oceans, and burn away at the atmosphere. Forget Groudon, this thing would literally make the earth inhabitable in minutes. All that destruction from a fire type most trainers forget. And the only way you can survive this thing is with plot armor. How are these people existing around this fireball without dropping dead? Vanilluxe looks harmless, it's literally just an ice cream cone. But his Pokedex entry says that when it gets angry, it exhales blizzards that bury everything in snow. If a few thousand of them spawned and one bad day at Dairy Queen set them off, we wouldn't just get a snowstorm, we'd be looking at the new ice age as the entire planet freezes over. I guess it kinda makes sense that its ability is snow warning, to be fair. Maybe they need to go to therapy though. The Pokedex doesn't even pretend Parasect is alive. It straight up says, the bug is dead. The mushroom controls its body. If that fungus ever jumped species, humanity would become a collection of moving corpses run by mushrooms. Anyone ever played Last of Us? If so, hopefully you enjoyed it because that'll become your reality. Then there's Froslass, a Pokemon that kills out of affection, and its journal entry says, freezes men it's attracted to and takes them to its lair. That means every time it has a crush, someone dies. A global population of Froslass wouldn't destroy the planet per se, just everybody in it, beautifully. I think most people these days don't really touch grass, so this is probably something people would like, to be honest. And if Froslass doesn't get you with romance, Hypno will get you with bedtime stories. Hypno already creeps people out, and the Pokedex confirms why. There was once an incident where it took away a child it hypnotized. Multiply that by thousands, and humanity falls into an endless hypnosis loop. It's not a war, it's like a mass sleep paralysis. I recently watched a movie called Weapons, which is pretty weird, but it's kind of similar to this. Pretty much some creepy grandma witch mind controlled some kids and kidnapped them in a basement or something. Kind of weird, but it was a pretty good movie, to be honest. I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. But if you thought Froslass and Parasect were weird, Chandelure is worse. His Pokedex entry says the spirit it burns fuel its flame, which burns forever. So basically it's like a fire when you put it on netherrack. Once it's lit, it's never going out. Imagine you're just walking by some property and get sucked up into a nearby Chandelure. You wouldn't die in a Chandelure apocalypse, you'd just become like a permanent torch fuel. At least you'll become more useful than you currently are. Then there's Porygon-Z, the Pokemon equivalent of corrupted software. The Dex says it was modified to work in alien dimensions but behaves erratically. If it was connected to the internet, you could infect every device on Earth. Not malware, it's literally extinctionware. Imagine getting DDoS and you just see a Porygon on your screen. Would you even be mad? I don't know. Beneath the surface, Jellicent hunts in packs and absorbs life energy from ships and crews it drags under. If oceans were full with them, global trade ends overnight. No ships, no supplies, no survival. Donald Trump wouldn't be able to put tariffs on anything because there's going to be nothing to tariff. Spiritomb is literally 108 evil spirits bound to a rock for misdeeds. If one of those seals ever broke, that's billions of angry ghosts with centuries of grudges. No nukes, no floods, just rage and revenge forever. But we're not done yet. Take Drifloon. A cute little balloon, right? Except the Dex says it tries to drag away children into the afterlife. Scale that up and daycares will be empty in seconds. The skies will be filled with floating purple kidnappers. What's up with all these Pokedex entries and stealing or kidnapping people or children? I think Nintendo has some explaining to be honest. Or Gengar. We laugh about it being like a fun ghost, but its Pokedex entry says it lurks in shadows to steal the life force of anyone nearby. Imagine cities drained of energy overnight, just because every corner had a Gengar waiting to jump people. Then there's Garbodor. Not scary at first glance, he's just like living trash. But imagine on a global scale. The Pokedex says it sprays toxins that can melt concrete. If Garbodor reproduced like rats, every city would corrode into poison pits. Humanity wouldn't even get the glory of a dramatic end, it would just slowly decay into toxic garbage. Even Pokemon that seem gentle can be world enders. Look at Wailord, it's 47 feet long and weighs nearly 900 pounds. If schools of Wailords started beaching or jumping nearby ships, tsunamis alone could drown continents. Not malicious, it's just too big to exist with us. And also, let's not forget Gyarados. His Pokedex says it's capable of destroying cities in one rage. One bad day at the grocery store or something and Gyarados outbreaks could literally erase coastlines. Unlike legendaries, this thing evolves from a Magikarp, a little fish. Dragon Rage is only supposed to do 40 base damage, how can he destroy a whole city? So which Pokemon actually ends the world? Magcargo melts it, Parasect consumes it, Porygon-Z deletes whatever's left, and Gengar makes sure there's no survivors that are left breathing. The scariest part is, it's not like how strong the Pokemon are, it's how their normal biology accidentally ends life as we know it. Maybe the real reason we never got a Pokemon in real life game is because the first trainer would trigger extinction before earning their first badge.